From KGW, this is The Good Stuff.
It's a great place to come out, enjoy the weather, move around a little bit, see the sights here at the park.
Well, tonight on The Good Stuff, we're heading to Silver Falls State Park. Since the 1970s, the park has held a wildflower and birding festival on Mother's Day weekend. Thanks so much for joining us this evening. I'm Ashley Grams. The festival is a great excuse to celebrate Mom and enjoy the warmer weather. John Goodwin takes us to South Falls.
If you visit Silver Falls State Park, the main attraction can't be missed.
South Falls is looking really great right now. You know, we've had like 5 days of rain, so the flow is very nice right now.
Matt Palmquist is a park ranger with Oregon State Parks. He knows this place like the back of his hand.
It's a great place to come out, enjoy the weather, move around a little bit, see the sights here at the park.
Over 1 million visitors come here every year, and each season has its own draw. This weekend, the wildflowers and wildlife will be on full display for Mother's Day. The annual Mother's Day Birding and Wildflower Festival is on May 11th and 12th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bring mom or grandma out for guided wildflower and birding walks, a native plant sale, wildflower show, and live raptor presentations.
We had to update our signage because too many people were looking for the dinosaurs, and so we had to clarify that raptors in this sense are birds of prey.
Speaking of, peregrine falcons have been spotted in the park. Last year, a pair nested near South Falls. Right now, swallows are slicing through the spray to pick off flying insects.
You can really notice all the things that are around you if you stop and if you get away from the crowds for just a minute. And right now I'm hearing at least 2 different bird songs. I hear Wilson's warbler and a hermit warbler, but you can also hear the waterfall. It's got such a great volume right now that you can hear it from probably 1,000 feet away.
There's no cost for the weekend's festivities, but there is a $5 day use fee to park. And get here early. The 900 parking spots at South Falls fill up fast.
So even if you're not making it here to Silver Falls, if you can go to your local neighborhood park, tons of birds to see, lots of great wildflowers. There are great natural areas, especially throughout the Portland metro area, that are really well taken care of and are great places for people of all abilities and ages.
You can find more about Silver Falls Mother's Day events on the calendar at stateparks.oregon.gov. At Silver Falls State Park, I'm John Goodwin. Let's get out there.
Well, this next story takes us to the Oregon Zoo, where a certain small orangutan just celebrated a big birthday last month. Baby Jolene is now 2 years old. Where you find Jolene these days is also where you'll find her mom, Keitra. The bond between an orangutan mom and her baby is actually one of the closest of any species on the planet. Mama Keitra deserves some time in the spotlight, especially as we head into Mother's Day this Sunday. Drew Carney takes us to the zoo.
Say good morning to Keitra, the loving mother of 2-year-old baby orangutan Jolene. And we'll also say good morning to Colleen Reed. She's one of the primate keepers here at the Oregon Zoo. So Colleen, I want to start with the baby. Since this is Mother's Day week, let's talk about the bond between mother and baby, how strong it is and how long it lasts for these animals.
With orangutans in the wild, it usually is around 8 to 10 years, and then the young will go off. Really, it's all on mom. All of the teaching how to eat, how to find food, how to build a nest, how to look out for snakes in the wild. Those are all things that mother teaches baby. Jolene is already trying to figure out who she is, and she's being more independent. The second she gets a little bit scared, she does a little squeal, and mom comes running back. But anytime Jolene really gets out of line, mom will just kind of hold her and mouth her. So she doesn't bite down, but she will let her know that's enough.
The angle that's not as fun to talk about is the fact that orangutans are critically endangered. In the wild, they only occupy 2 islands on the planet at this point, and that small footprint is becoming even smaller.
It is, yeah. So these guys are from the island of Borneo. They're from Borneo and Sumatra. In Borneo, there's only about 100,000 left. About 70% of that habitat in Borneo is gone. So a few years ago, we actually helped do some rehabilitation work in Borneo, and it is personal for me. I have been part of working with orangutans for over 20 years now. It really is important that these guys are ambassadors for those in the wild that are really struggling. I think these are the lucky three, that we get to care for and talk about and share with the public.
So this is a Mother's Day segment, but I thought we could give one quick nod to Dad. His name is Bob. What about Bob? How good of a father is Bob?
The best dad he can be, to be perfectly honest. He's about 220 pounds and she's about 18 pounds. And so he can do a lot of damage if he really wanted to. And so we took introductions pretty slow. And now she will literally sit in his lap, play with his cheek pads, pull on his hair. They just have such a beautiful relationship. And what's really cool is that also gives Mom a little bit of a break. So we're pretty fortunate with how good of a dad he is. It's pretty phenomenal to see that relationship.
And I'm pretty sure that giving Mom a break is the best Mother's Day gift a dad can give.
A great mom and a great dad. How lucky is Jolene? And of course, Jolene's mom isn't the only one we're celebrating this Sunday. We're going to be celebrating all of your amazing moms as well. We posted this to our Facebook page asking you to shout out your mom or a mom in your life. So let's meet some of them. Scott sent in a picture of he and his mom out at a Christmas light display. He says she loves to get out and adventure like mother, like son. Julie sent in a picture of her two daughters, one of which is already a mom and has baby number 2 on the way. The other is preparing to have her first baby. Congratulations to both of you moms. Lisa sent this lovely Mother's Day digital card showing her and her mom. She says her mother is also her best friend. There's no one better to lean on than our moms. And Deanna sent in a pic of her mom hanging out with her puppy. Oh, that's so cute. What a cute photo. Happy Mother's Day, Deanna. Gwen sent in this throwback photo of her mom showing off her cow from back in the 1930s. She went on to have 8 children. What an incredible woman. And finally, Chris sent in a picture of their mom saying she's an incredible human being. She inspires a lot of people to be brave and help out in their communities. I think that really captures the spirit of being a mom. And we always love hearing from you. You can share your photos and stories of all the good stuff happening in your community by texting 503-226-5088 or email us at thegoodstuff@kgw.com. Now to the latest effort to increase the mobility of people who may otherwise not be able to afford it. Nonprofit The Street Trust recently launched its Ride to Own e-bike pilot program in Milwaukee. The program will provide free e-bikes to those who face financial or other constraints in affording a bike themselves. Priority goes to Black, Indigenous, and other people of color, as well as those who qualify for TriMet's low-income program. Not only do they get free bikes, they also get hooked up with free gear and training on how to use the bikes, especially in tandem with other transportation options.
We've got some participants who hop on in park rows, go to the transit center, ride max across the region, and then are on their way almost to the coast. So that's the range that these folks have when they have these e-bikes in their households.
This is my first time ever on an electric bike, and honestly, I'm not great with power tools or anything like that. But so far, my first test was so easy. I think I can do it.
She's got that helmet on. She's ready to go. The Street Trust hopes that with the success of this pilot, they can expand the program to other cities. Well, coming up, she helped pave the way for Asian Americans in the world of politics. The life and legacy of former Oregon Representative Mei Yi after the break. honor of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we are highlighting the accomplishments of Asian Americans in our community. It's part of our Breaking Barriers series. Today, Deidre Johnson shares the story of Mei Yi, the first Chinese-born woman in the U.S. elected to a state legislative chamber.
Mei Yi is 95 years young, and like anyone her age, she enjoys staying active.
I do yard work and I practice piano every day to keep my fingers busy. And my son said to me, you have to walk 15 minutes a day or you never walk again.
Not just active in the physical way, but also active in everything she does. She was motivated in college to stand up for what she believed in.
The president of the small women college in New York said to us every week during student assembly, use your education, be involved in the decision-making process.
It's one of the reasons why her husband Stephen was so fond of her.
We met after he graduated and got a job in New York. He dated me and he proposed the first time we dated. But we were married in 1953.
With her husband's job, Mei would soon find herself in Oregon, a place neither of them had ever heard of.
He was assigned to come to Albany, Oregon, to start building that plant. So that's how we came to Oregon. We didn't even know where Oregon was. We have to look up the map.
Mei became active on the school boards where her sons went to school. She admits she was controversial.
I say the quality isn't good enough. Let's work harder. They terminate a teacher who gave homework. And I say, please reconsider.
And she wasn't afraid to take a stand.
I told them if we don't have a chance to review curriculum, provide some check and balance, I'm going to go home, watch TV.
Taking that stand would get her noticed and an invitation from the Democratic Party to run for office.
I was able to defeat a 14-year incumbent to be elected to the legislature. That's how I got started.
Mei Yi broke barriers to become the first Chinese-born woman in the United States elected to a state legislative chamber. She served 6 years in the House and 20 years in the Senate. Mei's very proud of her work, including helping to protect Oregon's covered bridges.
I'm very happy. We still have 50 covered bridges in Oregon and not lose them anymore. They are cultural heritage of Oregon. They are historic sites.
Mei even writing a book about her husband and one on her life. She believes it's important for Asian Americans like her to keep breaking barriers, especially in politics.
We need more elected Asian Americans in government to uphold equal opportunity and equal justice for all.
And even though Mei turns 96 this month, she doesn't plan on slowing down anytime soon.
Test score so low, you better come up with an education improvement plan. And they always said to me, thank you, Mrs. Yi, but no action. So I'm still very involved with the community.
Deidre Johnson, KGW News.
What an incredible woman, still playing the piano, so beautiful. Well, Mei is one of the many inspiring people we've featured as part of our Breaking Barriers series. To find more stories in a full playlist, head to the KGW YouTube page. Now, after the break, meet the Washington woman who spent her working life as a nurse and is now serving her community in a different way, even in her 80s. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back. A senior citizen from Northern Washington is proving you're never too old to help your community. At 81, she still volunteers every week, inspiring those around her. As Eric Wilkinson tells us, her efforts are needed, perhaps now more than ever.
Ready?
Anita Sunderland makes sure all who need it are given their daily bread at the Snohomish Community Food Bank.
We all have people who need bread, and who need food.
The food bank is seeing needs rise nearly every month. Snohomish feeds 800 to 1,000 people every week. That's up 15% over the past 6 months alone. The place survives on volunteers, and right now, they're down about 10 positions.
It's a lot of work sometimes.
At 81 years old, Anita joyously volunteers here every single Monday.
Which is kind of nice. You feel like you're doing some good.
Getting ready for the week's food distributions. The retired nurse of 4 decades has done this every week for the past 4 years.
I just felt like I need to do something for other people.
Anita serves as an inspiration here, an inspiration that's desperately needed across the country. Volunteerism in America has actually been declining for more than a decade, and as the numbers continue to drop, the need continues to grow. Washington's biggest hunger relief agency, Northwest Harvest, reports a 75% decrease in volunteers since the pandemic. The belief is high prices have people working more just to keep their heads above water, leaving them less time to help others.
If you work, we try to, find something we have things on the weekends, we have things after hours. We try to find room for anybody that wants to volunteer here. It can be an hour a week and we have a spot for you.
I do the food bank every Monday morning.
Anita encourages her friends at Brookdale Assisted Living to help out if they can. But even at 81, she realizes not everyone is as spry and motivated as her.
Kind of keeps us out of trouble.
In her mind, if you have anything at all to give, you have much more than so many others.
They cannot afford to go to the grocery store. So they can come here and there's bread here for them and they don't have to pay for it. I mean, how much better could that be? We're always ready for volunteers.
Well, you'll see a new name on part of Providence Park next time you head to a Timbers or Thorns match. See how it will benefit local nonprofits and small businesses. But first, we'll give you a look outside from our Newport Skycam. Absolutely gorgeous out there, so blue. A beautiful day. This weekend, we're heading into higher temperatures as well. Outside right now in Newport, 65 degrees. We'll be back. Welcome back. A section of Providence Park has a new name, and with that comes a new opportunity for local businesses and nonprofits. Well, today the stadium announced a new partnership with KeyBank. With that, the northeast entrance was renamed to KeyBank Community Plaza. On game days, the plaza will host a local small business or nonprofit. Fans will be able to learn about the group at an info table, and the Timbers will give them marketing support throughout the day. The goal is to generate awareness and exposure to those who participate. And a new addition in Vancouver is a display of Washington State Cougar pride. The university has been installing cougar statues on its campuses across the state. In recent months, the one in Vancouver was dedicated this morning. It's next to the new Life Sciences building. The statues are replicas of the original that's at Wazoo's football stadium in Pullman. And a new program here in Portland is looking to fill Oregon's need for nurses. Since the pandemic, many left the profession, causing the need for new nurses to grow. Concordia University St. Paul now offers an accelerated 16-month nursing training program. The director of the program says currently Oregon produces the third fewest nursing graduates per capita in the U.S. We talked to her and a local student who's graduating soon.
That's why we are trying to give students access to education and let them come in and become the nurses that they really want to be.
I realized that I wanted to be a part of something bigger and something more important.
The American Association of Colleges of Nursing says right now traditional colleges and universities lack the capacity to serve the number of students interested in healthcare, and that's the problem they're trying to solve. Well, that's all the time we have, and thank you for taking a little time out of your day for all of the good stuff. Before we say goodbye, we'll leave you with a live look at our Chinook Wind Sky camera out in Lincoln City as we wish you a wonderful evening. Thanks for joining us.